Alright guys, so today we are going to replace the fuel filter on Mama Badger's 2005 Harley Davidson Fatboy. I feel like the fuel filter is something that a lot of people overlook when they're maintaining their bike. Harley Davidson recommends it replaced every 25,000 miles. It is in the gas tank, so there's a couple other things you should look at while you're in there. Let's get started. Hi guys, so your fuel pump, fuel filter, everything is located underneath your dashboard. So to get the dashboard off, there's one nut here. It is a 1/2 inch nut. So grab your wrench, grab you a socket and a ratchet. Probably don't grab you a power tool unless you're just super comfortable using power tools. But power tool is what I'm going to use because I use it quite a bit. Pull that off, and now this is essentially loose and you can remove it. Quick tip. Like on my other bike, some of them have a bib that's connected to this. If you have that bib, you're going to have to pull off your seat, and you're going to have to also take a screw out down here that's holding that bib down. I have to do that on all my other bikes. Mama Badger's has a metal one here, so I don't have to do that with hers. Then I'm going to take this, and I'm going to set it off to the side here. I am not going to unplug or unhook anything from it. So I'm literally just going to take it. That's what this towel here is for, so that I can put something between it and the gas tank. So I just take it like so and set it off to the side, and I just let it hang. So now it's hanging. You can see it. It's hanging right there, out of my way, and I can continue with my job. So you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 screws around the plate of your fuel pump, and of course you have your electrical connection right there. So you're going to want to, of course, unhook it, and then you're going to take out those 10 screws. Again, I'll tell you what size those are. I'm going to go grab it right now, and I'm going to use power tools. You should probably use a socket and a ratchet, unless you're super familiar with it, because they're tiny screws. Anyway, I'm going to go grab that tool. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so it's a T20 Torx that you're going to want to take those out with. And like I said, I'm going to use power tools. You use whatever you're comfortable with. I smell gas. Alright, and just like that, all the bolts are removed, and that's ready to pull out. So let me put these up, and then I'll show you what we've got next. Alright, so once you've got all your bolts out, that allows you to actually start pulling this out. But the first thing you're going to see is, you see that hose and that clamp? You're going to have to take that off. That is actually the hose that runs in the tank and down there. So you're going to have to release that first. Mine's been changed. Yours will probably have one you'll have to cut off. But mine's been changed already, so I can take a screwdriver and release it. I'm going to get that released, and then I'll show you how to get this thing out of here. Alright guys, once you get that line off, you should be ready to pull your fuel pump out. Now, your fuel pump goes like this, and it has an arm down here, which is your pickup, right? And so it's spring loaded. So you want to take a screwdriver and push it down. I'll show you once I get mine out a little more, so you'll understand the mechanics of it. Now I don't have to do that to mine because mine is broken. It has been broken for, well, I don't know, this has 125,000 miles on it, probably, well, before I got it. So it's broken on this one and on my silver one. So it works fine without that, but of course you want to keep your bike right. So I'll show you exactly how that works once I get mine out, and I can set it on the bench over there and explain. But I'm going to pull this out. You are probably going to spill some fuel by doing this, so have you a pan ready to take this and drop it in the pan, then take it to your bench to work on it. Anyway, let's get this thing out of here, and then we'll go from there. All right. I don't know if you guys can see that. There it is. It's out. I spilt a little fuel. So, a couple things you've got hanging down here. You've got your float, and then you've got your pickup screen. So you got to get both of those out of the hole. The best thing to do is to take and pull the float up before you pull it out. As you can see, I forgot when I initially did it, so I had to put it back in and take that out. Then this is that mechanism that I was talking about. See how that clicks up in there and it doesn't move? So you're going to want to take and push that down. It's usually spring loaded, and that allows it to move so you can get it out of the tank. So when you're originally find it, it's going to be like this, and it's not going to let you. So you're going to have to take a screwdriver beside this, push it down so that it'll release. Anyway, like I said, I don't have to mess with that, but you may have to. So anyway, let's get this on the bench, and we'll get that stuff changed out. Alright guys, so I got us moved over here to the bench so you can see the whole thing. So this is your assembly here. Here's your fuel pump. And then here is that fuel filter that we want to replace. But this is your fuel pressure regulator. It has issues too. So I will kind of explain that to you. The fuel pressure regulator is in a housing like this. You see this little plastic housing? Well, sometimes the ears on this housing will break, and that'll make if your bike just all of a sudden starts running like absolute crap, there's a quick way to test this. If you pull your gas cap off and then turn your key on, that primes your fuel pump. So if this is leaking, you can look down in the hole and you'll see fuel spraying. You should never see fuel spraying because it's all within this system. So if it's spraying, this little ear has broken, and that's allowing fuel outside of this system, and that'll make your bike run like crap. So you'll need to replace this. So what I do is I replace this and the fuel pressure regulator every time I'm in there doing that fuel filter. So again, fuel filter, fuel pressure regulator housing, fuel pressure regulator. I just replace all three because they're all three right here together. But anyway, to get this off, it has a little clip here. Pull that clip up like so. There's a little clippy there, and you're ready to pull it off. So you got one fuel line right there that has to be removed, and then you're ready to disassemble this. So as you can see, this is a fixed one. I don't know why I put a fixed one back on there instead of one that uses a screw, but anyway, I did. I'm going to clip that off, and then I'm going to pull this out. Alright, so once you got that line off, this just simply comes out. Pull that back, there you go. So now we have our old fuel filter, our fuel pressure regulator, and that plastic housing. I'm going to replace it all. On the fuel filter, it's actually stuck in there, there's an O-ring. So don't forget that O-ring when you go to put it back together. Goes on over that like so. Keep you from having a leak. Anyway, I wonder how bad this fuel filter is. Look at that dirty. Can you see, guys? I don't know if you guys can see how dirty that fluid is coming out of there, but it's black. That's not good. Alright, if you really want to see how dirty it is, take your old fuel filter, if you have air compressor, and blow through it and watch all the dirty, nasty stuff come out. Now, I must admit, it's been about 50,000 miles since I replaced mine. This should be done more frequently than that, but I mean, that's only like 2 years for me. But I should do it more frequently. I'm going to do it more frequently because I want these bikes to last forever. But anyway, next is all the new parts, and I'm going to show you what I got, what comes in the boxes, all that fun stuff, and of course I'll link all that stuff down below. Alright, so this is the fuel filter. So it comes with a new fuel filter. It also comes with a hose, 2 clamps, and that O-ring I was talking about. So this hose right here, actually there's a new one that comes with your fuel pump. So, with your fuel filter. So you might as well go ahead and replace this while you're in there. And that's why I used the squeeze together clamps, because it came with new ones. But anyway, we're gonna clip that off, replace that hose, and put this all back together. Here we go. Remember, don't forget that O-ring. Pop your fuel pressure regulator in there. You'll see a little hole there. I always point that out, coinciding with the nipples. And then we're going to drop it back into place. So you understand, see where those tabs slide underneath the metal? That's the tab that breaks. And once that breaks, when the fuel pumps through here, it actually allows fuel to spray out the side here. That's why you'll see it when you open up the tank. So make sure you get that slid back into place. As you can see, mine's in place. I'm going to put the fuel line on it, then I'm going to clip it back, and we're rocking. It's really more intimidating looking at it than actually doing it. It's pretty simple, pretty easy process, but something that every bike needs to have done. Guys, one other thing you don't want to forget when putting it back together is a new gasket that goes around your fuel pump down into your gas tank. So make sure that you got one of those too. All these items will be linked in the video below. Okay, she's all back together and ready to go back in the tank. As you can see, new housing, new fuel pressure regulator, new fuel filter, new hose, and we're ready to put her back in. Oh, and new gasket. Let's drop it back in, fire it up. Here we go. One more piece to this puzzle you may want to do. I've already done mine, so I'm not worried about it. But this is that hose that's inside the tank. Sometimes these get pinholes in them. If they do, your bike will spitter and sput and run poorly. So you're already here. The problem with this is you have to drain the tank. Whereas with the fuel filter, you don't have to drain the tank. But for this, you're going to have to get all the fuel out of the tank because you're replacing the hose that's inside of the tank. But I'll link this as well. If you want to replace this while you're in there, then you have no worries whatsoever. Hi guys, so what you really got to know about this is remember to pull your float up, and then you just got to hold your mouth exactly right, because sometimes it can be a pain to put back in there. Few tries you'll get it. And there it is. Now, remember that internal hose? Don't forget to hook that up. I've actually done that before. So make sure you hook that internal hose back up, and then you can put your bolts back in, and you'll be rocking really quick. Alright guys, one of those situations of do what I say, not what I do. I'm going to zip this back together. Okay, so another quick note, do not forget to plug your fuel pump back in. I have also done that. You get it all together and you're like, why is it not working? Then you realize that you forgot to plug your freaking fuel pump in. I have done all the wrong stuff as well as doing the other stuff. I will tell you this much. Some people are super particular about each little piece, and this way has worked for me. It's worked a lot of miles for me. It may work for you, it may not. I am not a professional, but I do my own work and it seems to get the job done. So I thought I'd share it with you guys. Anyway, I'm going to plug this back in. I'm going to put my console back on, and we should be ready to fire it up. Let's see. All right, there's that important plug-in. Got to get that fuel pump plugged in. Now let's get our dash panel back on here. Find our bolt. Slide it right back into place there. There we go. Put our nut on and we should be ready to fire up. All right, once that's all bolted on, then you should be ready to fire back up. So, I hear the fuel pump running.